are in the middle of February already. It's amazing how quickly this month has flown by or is flying by in comparison to January. January crept along, and I think we had 2 Januaries, but we're going to have about a half of a February because we are already through. Oh, speaking of which, happy Valentine's, people. For those of you who have Valentines, happy Valentine's. I am not Valentining this year, as I didn't Valentine the year before. But yeah, for those of you who are Valentining, happy Valentine's. Let's jump right into this weekly check-in, because I think it might be our last. So first things first, channel updates. The YouTube has made some changes to the channel format, and the community tab, what used to be known as the community tab, is now known as the post tab. And for certain channels that accept, they can choose to allow their subscribers to post on their channels, where the subscribers can initiate their own submitted post. And I think there might be some options. I don't know. I'm not going to elect to do this, and there are some videos out there that you can actually watch that will help you to understand the change. But the main reason why is because a lot of folks that have accepted this change and have allowed their subscribers for the larger pages, they tend to find that their subscribers will come in there and post solicitations. They will try to redirect some of your subscribers over to their page. They don't use it to communicate with you all the time or with the channel owner. So I don't want to open the door for that as of yet. So we will not be participating. However, I am planning on being able to use my post tab a lot more, and there is so I don't want my posts to be lost in the midst of other subscribers posting to my tabs. So we're not going to elect to do that. But when you do come to the page, you will notice that it no longer says community, it just says posts. So that's one big change there. With that, on what you will find on our channel, on CG Rated's post tab, will be number one, Bookish Texas. I did not, please forgive me, I did not submit this current week's. I'm supposed to do that on Saturday. So come tomorrow, next week's Bookish Texas events will be posted. So please bear with me on that. But I did not post the current week's, but I will cover those today in this video, at least the bigger events for the rest of the weekend in this video. We started a new series called Where Would You Read It? Now that's going to be a combination of posts and video. For those folks who like to answer the post, they can just answer the post. And for those to get a little bit more interaction, I will publicly announce when the Where Would You Read It posts are submitted. So yes, I've got a couple of subscribers that have mentioned to me that they like that. I think it was a cool idea and the where would you read it basically is, if you've seen the video, is where would you choose to read a specific book? So I will give you the summary, the book synopsis, story synopsis of a book that I have read or am currently reading. I won't give you the title to the book, just the description of the story. And then I will give you at least 3 options of where would you decide or choose to read this title. What would be an interesting place for you to read this title? And it's just a little bit of little readers involvement, little readers experience, reading experience and involvement, and just trying to see where, a little community interaction. So that's going to be pretty cool. And at least I think so. I think it'd be a good idea just to be able to get a chance to interact with you guys. So that's awesome. Also, and this is kind of big, I am going to be changing my weekly check-in format to a monthly check-in format. Yes. So instead of doing it once a week, we will do it at the end of the month. So this is going to be our last weekly check-in. We are also going to submit my weekly topics as just discussion topics, as hear me out videos. So lots of some fairly big changes coming our way. But you'll get 2 videos this month because we're going to do this one. I wanted to make the announcement. I wanted to put something out there and let you guys know that, I'm still around. But I haven't been doing what I really, the primary function of my channel. I just got distracted and went down a rabbit hole. The primary function of this channel is supposed to be me sharing my reading experiences. And out of the 82, the now 83 videos that I have posted, I only have 9 book reviews on there. And they're not even in the format that I would prefer for them to be in. 9 out of 83 videos. So we're going to turn our focus back into that direction. I got so excited about being involved with the community. Then life happened. I haven't been involved like I wanted to be. And here we are. So, yeah. So what else? So from weekly to monthly. And what else? Oh, we're going to talk about our video releases. So we have done at least one booktube tag, and which one was that? We just did one. We did a booktube tag, and I guess the last time I spoke to you, I also have done one of the where would you read it videos. And I did a wow, okay. Well, that was the where would you read it is actually outside, but it was since the last check-in. So we'll go ahead and announce the where would you read it. Number 1, we did the rapid fire booktube tag. That's what it was, rapid fire booktube tag. And then we did a year in review. I've never done a year in review before. So there's 3 videos up since the last time we came out. We got 3 videos up and posted. And so feel free to go out and check out any one of those videos. The where would you read it? Pretty interesting. It was one of the books I actually just got finished reading. That was a lot closer to having just read it, and we got that one released. So that's our updates for the channel. And oh man, I just have you guys been enjoying this weather? I mean, that's a little sidetrack, but weather's been so funky. It dropped down to well below freezing Wednesday night. Wednesday night, Thursday morning, it dropped down to 24 degrees here in Texas. And you have to remind yourself that it's still winter. It's still winter. I mean, it's a Texas winter, but it's still winter. So you'll never know. We've had all the way up until Wednesday, we had some warm temps. I mean, in the 70s, in the middle of winter, and then the cold front just blew in a matter of hours, and it went from 70, 60 something to 24. And so, yeah, that's kind of crazy. But let's move on. Our next topic is our RIP list, our reading in progress, and we're going to start with. I just recently I haven't been going out. I haven't been going to the bookstores. I haven't been checking out any of the free libraries. I recently found out that my new neighborhood, not this particular neighborhood, but the neighboring neighborhood. We're in the same community. We're in the same building project, but get across the main strip over into the other portion of it. They were built in stages. There is a neighborhood free library, just right around the corner. It's actually kind of walking distance, but I found it when I took the Mustang out for a stroll. So I still, even though I haven't done any major repairs on the Mustang, it's still running, and just to make sure that the battery system stays charged, I'll take it for a run to the neighborhood. And I was riding through the neighborhood and rolled up on this free library in somebody's yard. And I'm thinking to myself, I got a free library in my neighborhood? That is awesome. That is awesome. So, yeah. But went down to the VA outpatient clinic, and of course down there at the VA outpatient clinic, they've got the free library. So I ended up, this is like the closest thing that you'll see to a book haul that I'll do. I've got one video coming in where I've got so many books from a dear friend of mine, boxes and boxes. I mentioned it to you guys once before, but I have been working on the garage where I got all these books stacked. I'm about to bring them into the house and start going through them, and there's going to be a whole separate, a major haul. It's a major book haul, but back on point. Let's talk about what I picked up. Let's talk about what I picked up from my last visit to the free library. I got some really nice books here, and I just thought that this was pretty awesome. So I ended up picking up 3 books. One of the books that I just recently got, and I'm very interested in these titles. I know I have some others that I had a would-be TBR, would-be. I'm going to revamp all that and do something different, because these have caught my attention. And so I have A View of the Harbor, right, by Elizabeth Taylor. Right? Yes, Elizabeth Taylor. Look at that cover. Isn't that amazing? I love the texture, of course. I do it a lot about, some of the books that I do. I do that a lot. So bear with me. But A View of the Harbor, and it's a little bit difficult to understand the narrative on this particular book, but blindness and betrayal are Elizabeth Taylor's great subjects, and in A View of the Harbor, she turns her unsparing gaze on the emotional and sexual politics of a seedy seaside town that's been left behind by modernity. Tori, recently divorced, depends more and more on the company of her neighbor, Robert, a doctor, and Beth, a busy author of melodramatic novels. Prudence, Robert and Beth's daughter, disapproves of the intimacy that has grown between her parents and Tori and the gossip it has awakened in the little community. As the novel proceeds, Taylor's view widens to take in a range of characters, from Body to Nosy to widowed young proprietor of the local waxworks. So this is a community busybody story, to the would-be artist Bertram. While the book as a whole offers a beautifully observed and written examination of the fictions around which we construct our lives and manage our losses. So this is going to be a busybody, nosy town, right? A View of the Harbor. I also have, the next one is The Children on the Hill. Now, this one looks like it's going to be a little bit more complicated. This is written by Jennifer McMahon, and it's going to be bouncing back between 1974 and current times of 2019. It's kind of a psychological thriller tale. It's pretty. This one here is pretty awesome, but the cover, I love the cover as well. The image art on the cover of the book. At her renowned treatment center in picturesque Vermont, the brilliant psychiatrist Dr. Helen Hildreth is acclaimed for her compassionate work with the mentally ill. But at home with her cherished grandchildren, Violet and Eric, she's just Gran. One day, Gran brings home a child to stay with the family, Iris, a silent, hollow-eyed, and skittish child. Thrilled to have a new playmate, Vi invites Iris to ride their bicycles together, go to the drive-in, and join her and Eric's Monster Club, where they catalog all kinds of monsters and dream up ways to defeat them because, as Violet explains, monsters are everywhere. 2019, Lizzie Shelley, host of the popular podcast Monsters Among Us, is on her way to Vermont, where a young girl has been abducted and the town is in an uproar over a possible monster sighting. Lizzie is determined to hunt it down because she knows better than anyone that monsters are real, and one of them is her very own sister. So I am so ready to read this one. And then last and not least, definitely not least, you're not even going to see this, but what I'll do is I'll do that because this is, what? You guys see that? You guys see that right there? MC Beaton. Why is that? What? Because he wrote Death of a Macho Man. I just recently talked about MC Beaton, who's one of my 5-star author, right? I read one of his books, Death of a Macho Man. I read this back in like 2004, 2008, somewhere a long time ago, and still remember that I loved that book. And it's just a short little book. So was Death of a Macho Man. But this is I found this at the free library. And I opened it up, and sure enough, there is a long list of titles from this author. And they're all named the same thing. Death of a Macho Man. Yeah, okay, yeah, I could read that, right? Death of a Nag, right? It's just they're all death of something. Death of a gossip, death of a cad, death of an outsider, death of a perfect wife. They're all titled the same thing. But I love the book so much. Death of a Macho Man. And now here it is. He has another, and it's going to be a quick, easy read. It's 200 pages. I'm about to say it's less than 200, but it's 200 pages exactly. No cover, but that's okay. It's a small book. This is going to be a quick read. So this is more than likely going to be my follow-up book. All right, so this was the trip to the free library. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting. But I'm really anxious to dive into, especially these two. But this is going to be a fun read. This one's a little thicker, a little heavier, a little more dense. Not too dense, but yeah. I'm excited about these. I'm excited about those. So what else is next? We also are going to talk about what we just read. And what we just read was The Glass Castle. We finally finished this one. Now, I started this one in December and read it all the way through the first week of February. Believe that or not. That was difficult. Very hard read. Dysfunctional parenting. And then graphic novel, Lost in Taiwan. We finished this one real quick. It was a one-nighter, overnighter. Most of the graphic novels. The graphics were wonderful. The art is really, really nice. I like the art. But very uneventful title. Very uneventful title. So we're going to get those book reports out. We are currently reading One Step Too Far by Lisa Gardner. I am really enjoying this title. This is a really good author. I'm enjoying it. I don't think I've read anything from Lisa Gardner before, but I will be returning to her. She's got several books out that sound very, very, very interesting as well. So I will be returning to her. We're going to learn how to stick to getting this stuff done. All right, so that's our currently reading. And now, you guessed it, Bookish Texas. So what we've got going on with Bookish Texas is, and I apologize because the 8th has already passed, and I did not have this up. So please forgive. But yeah, that's how we do these things. So on the 8th, there was the Romance Readers Social. So I guess it's not too bad that we didn't a lot of mine. Let me know if you guys are romance readers, because I know a lot of my my male friends, my male neighbors, booktube neighbors, are not really into. I'm not into romance novels. I have 2 that I need to start and finish. Yeah. But Romance Readers and Pflugerville, that was on the 8th. Now, going on right now, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, this weekend, we have what's called the FenCon XX. And I think this is the 7th annual or 17th annual. And it's a little hinky because I didn't know what FenCon was. So I looked this one up, and it's basically sci-fi and fantasy. And Fen is supposed to be the plural uh, denotation, denotation of fan, right? So the way that they see it, they call that FenCon, but it's basically FanCon, but it's a multiple fan convention. So fans of Filk software, it's some kind of writing software or something, I believe. Filk, sci-fi, and fantasy. So a multitude of genres fan in one individual. So it's called FanCon, but it's a multi-fan, FinCon. They have writing conventions. It's a convention, and it is 3 days long, and it's taking place in Dallas. FenCon, that's FenCon in Dallas from the 14th through the 16th. The Texas Book Festival in El Paso is going to start tomorrow, Saturday. There is a Storytime with Author Madhani in Houston for the Brazos, being sponsored by Brazos Bookstore on the 15th in Houston. A poetry reading at Patchoulie Joe's in Denton on the 15th. And a special story time with Chief Sheryl Victorian at the Fabled Bookshop in Waco on the 16th. That's Sunday. And that will do it for today. We are not going to have a channel referral. We are going to start doing neighborhood channel news. So when I do the monthly report, a little more than just a channel referral, we're going to post some interesting and talk about some interesting things and events and posts from other channels. So that's also going to be another updated change that we're going to be doing to our channel posts. And so the main reason for doing these changes is so that I can actually start producing the material that is themed with my channel. And I am going to, I really have to just start putting the material out. I'm trying to be a perfectionist right off the bat and have it just right off the bat. But I am going to start putting this out there because I know that I can have that. It's more important to have that stuff up and going because I'm missing out on part of why I have this channel. So we'll do that. And hopefully the changes will go well with what you guys are finding interesting to participate with. With that being said, we are done for the day. And I wish you all well. I hope that you enjoy your rest of your weekend. And we will see you again soon. More BookTube tags will be coming and more content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so that way you can actually get notified when those posts hit the post tab. And until next time, you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, y'all keep reading.